Good morning. I'd like to call the Adams County Board of Supervisors meeting to order. At this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Bradford to lead us in prayer.
Okay, what are you saying? Let us bow here. Dear Father, we just thank you, oh God. We just thank you for allowing us to see another day. We just thank you for our elected officials, the ones present and the ones that may be absent. And Father, we just ask, oh God, continue to give them wisdom from on high. And Father, we ask, oh God, to continue to give them strength to lead this county business, to lead your people. We just pray for the city, this state, and this country, oh God. Father, continue to keep us closer together. Father, we just pray for our first responders, our county workers, our kids, our schools, our nurses, our doctors. Father, continue to lead them and guide them, oh God, prepare the way. And Father, keep us from any hurt, harm, or any danger, oh God. And Father, we'd like to pray for any family in this county that may have lost some loved ones over the last week. And Father, we ask, oh God, that you give them comfort, oh God. And Father, we continue to pray for new businesses that's coming into our area. Father, continue to make it lucrative, that we may benefit for our citizens and for this county, oh God. And we just thank you in your precious Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Would please face the flag. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to approve the docs.
So moved.
Let's do a roll call. Supervisor Gray. Supervisor Hutchins. Supervisor Gaines.
Present.
Deputy Clerk Paige Dean.
Present.
Chancery Clerk Brandy Lewis.
Present.
Board Attorney Scott Slover.
Present.
County Administrator Stephanie Washington.
Present.
And I am present. President Wilson is not in attendance. This time we need a motion to approve the docs. Have a motion by Supervisor Gaines.
Yes.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Next on the agenda, we're going to do special presentations. We have Mr. Fred Marsalis here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. If you would please go to the podium, state your name and address.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Oh, did I see the mic? Good morning to the board. Thank you so much for having me today. My name is Fred Marsalis Jr. I'm at 112 Woodhaven Drive, right here in the heart of Natchez, Mississippi. I want to thank you all for the opportunity to speak before you today. I know you all have a busy agenda, so I definitely don't want to take too much of your time. I've been fortunate to operate a business, a profitable business here in Natchez, Mississippi for the past 7.5 years. The average lifespan for a small business in Natchez, Mississippi is 2 to 3 years. This community has poured into me, so I want to pour something back. In 2003, I launched my nonprofit MDP Reach, which our motto is real simple: if there's a need within the community and with children, we'll reach it. We focus on a couple of entities. One is our special need adolescents, to try to get them out of the typical network, going to school, going to get physical therapy with key rehab, and going home. We've already created a funding source of $700 to try to get transportation needs for them to come to my gym so they can get some physical fitness training and some other interaction besides their normal network. The other is scholarship. With 24 sponsors that have been secured in the past 4 months, we've secured over $4,500 for 9 schools within this community to receive $500 scholarships. Within the Natchez area, that does include Natchez High School, Cathedral, and ACCS. And our other entity is real simple: to create inclusion and unity. This area, and our mayor, our board of aldermen, and our board of supervisors, we preach inclusion. For people, black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, no matter the descent, where they come from, we all preach coming together, but we still have different groups of people supporting this, that, and the other. I've created a weekend of events. It'll be 3 weekends over the course of 2 days, April 6th through the 7th. That's going to try to break down those barriers that we typically see within the Natchez and the Mississippi area. The first one is going to concentrate on health from 9 to 12 on the bluffs of Natchez, Mississippi, right on the north end between Wardos and Smoot. Mike Jim is going to put on a health and wellness initiative. We're going to do an open fitness competition. We'll have an obstacle course for kids where we're interacting with them, showing them how to squat, how to do proper push-ups, how to get themselves active from ages 4 going up to 10. I've also partnered with 6 other health and wellness coaches that will be there for different interactions with guests. We partner with LifeShare Blood Bank in Alexandria, Louisiana. Their mobile unit will be here. We'll do a community-wide blood drive, along with Jefferson Comprehensive bringing their mobile unit down to do free health screenings. I also have 2 registered doctors out of Jackson, Mississippi that will be down to do free health screenings from 9 to 12. And then from 12 to 12:30, we'll have the mental health counseling with Positive Choice, and Mr. Edward Brown will be heading that. The scholarship portion will be at Magnolia Bluff Casino Hotel Ballroom from 8 to 12. Like I said, I'm very happy to say that we've already secured the scholarship goal of $4,500 for those 9 schools at $500. Mayor Dan Gibson will be there to speak. We'll have live entertainment. It's a well-catered event by one of our locals, Rolling River Events. So we're looking forward to that. And then we'll close it out with Sunday Fun Day, which will be kid-oriented. We partnered with Ryan Porter with National Park and Recreation. They're gonna bring the space jumps out for the kids. We've already got 6 of our local food vendors that will be there to sell food. That's putting money right back in the heart of our small businesses. We'll have cigar tents up for anybody that wants to smoke cigars. That'll be completely away from the children. And I've already talked to our chief of police and our sheriff. They're all on board with this. This will be heavily secured. I am promising a beautiful event full of culture, music, and trying to blend cultures together. I'm a firm believer in togetherness, and that's all we're trying to do here. We're not gonna cure every aspect of things going on wrong in the world with one event, but I'm gonna do my due diligence to make sure it goes well. And the only reason I'm here today is just as an act of good faith. I'm a firm believer in taking care of business and making sure nothing's going on in the city without the board of aldermen, the mayor, and the board of supervisors knowing. So just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. I have business cards here that I'll leave with you. If you all would like to come to any of those events, it's free of charge to you. Just please let me know. Your visibility, your presence, just speaks volumes to what I'm trying to do. And I'd love to have you to show you what my organization can put on for the city. I don't take your time lightly, and I don't take the opportunity for granted. So I thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please let me know.
Anyone have any questions?
Just make sure you give us a call.
Absolutely.
Reach out to you.
Mr. President, I don't have any questions, but I want to thank you for putting on this event. And like you say, it's not going to happen overnight, but it's something that this community really needs. Anything we can do to try to bring a community together, it's a win-win for the community. So thank you, Mr. Marseille.
I thank you, and I don't want to take too much. I do want to touch on one point as well. You know, health doesn't have a color barrier. The life expectancy in Adams County is 7 years less than the average per capita of any other city in the state of Mississippi and in the nation. When you have 50, 60, 70-year-olds that have trouble getting out of chairs, having trouble going to the bathroom, things of that sort. Supervisor Middleton, I see you run that bluff a million times when I was out there. It doesn't really matter about color. We're working towards a common goal, trying to get better and trying to add quality of life. And that's what our initiative is trying to do, to get people moving, get people in the gym, get people more active. During that event, we'll be coaching you on caloric intake, understanding your body weight composition, how many grams of protein, fats and oils and carbs you need per day to be productive. You're trying to gain muscle. You're trying to hold your weight the same. You're trying to cut weight. We want to coach you up and give you little tidbits that'll help you propel you to go towards that. The other aspect of everything is just building that unity and that continuity within each other. I mean, when we eat and break bread together, we can do a whole lot of things. Through cigars, you know, I don't want to promote cigars or anything like that, but I mean, it is something that's grown from the earth. You do not inhale it. It has helped me greatly with my issues I've had with mental health and things of that sort. And I've been able to close a lot of good business deals and connect with some amazing people through cigars, playing golf. The other part of that, and while I tie that in, is tourism. People that smoke cigars have a high end. I'll just be honest, they have higher pockets. They're more prone to come to this area and buy a hotel, spend locally, and spend with our local businesses. That's why I partnered with Tim Morrissey with the casino, because we're trying to pump tourism and try to do events over the course of days that'll have people put heads on the bed for 2 to 3 days. And then we can, I've also partnered with Annie McNeil with the Garden Club, and she's giving me 1 million pamphlets. we'll have those scattered out so people can really observe what we have in the areas. They can take those tours. They can go to the castle in Dunleavy. We have a beautiful product in Natchez, Mississippi, and sometimes I just don't think we promote it enough. That bluff is gorgeous. So they can say what they want about Houston and New York and Dallas and things of that sort. When I go on that bluff and I see the sunrise, I'm proud of where I come from. Born and raised in Vidalia, Louisiana. I bought my house 6 years ago, right here in the heart of Natchez. And I'm not going anywhere. And because I'm not going anywhere, it's time to start investing back in this area. So again, don't want to be long-winded. I really appreciate your time. And anything else I can answer for you, please let me know.
Just like to say thank you for what you're doing. It's a great start in bringing our community together. And I know that's how we'll grow togetherness and being aware of things happening around, and just getting that togetherness makes a whole lot of everything gets better. So I appreciate your effort for what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Within 2 weeks, every member of this board and the board of aldermen will get a comprehensive detailed report of the demographics of people who participated with the blood drive, the health screenings and things of that sort. You'll get a comprehensive detailed report on out-of-town guests that came into the area so we can kind of see what we're missing and see if there's something we need to continue to pursue. I'm going to do my part to promote the city of Natchez in this area because we do have way more to offer than people give us credit for. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, we appreciate it. Next on the agenda, county business, Mr. Greg West.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, all the board members, Natchez County Board. Personally, I apologize. I think I was on program at the last meeting. I had brought some materials by about the Boys and Girls Club, just to let you know that we were coming. Hadn't decided that we were coming at that meeting, but I didn't make that clear to the person that I gave that information to, so we apologize for that. When I was a teenager, there wasn't a Boys and Girls Club that I knew of. But in the summers, from like 9 to 12, we would go over to Natchez College where Supervisor Gray's father was over that session. I don't know who sponsored it, but we would go and play games and have a snack lunch, just hanging out, you know, just a typical club atmosphere, meet friends. And then after 12, I would go somewhere and find 6 Coca-Cola bottles. It cost a quarter to get in the swimming pool and a nickel if you wanted a basket to put your clothes in. So I'll find 6 Coca-Cola bottles, sell those, and go to the swimming pool, which also Supervisor Gray's father and mother worked there. And then we were there, I guess about 4 or 5 that evening when they closed. Then we would go over to the baseball field. At that time, they have summer league baseball. At that time, before Tim Jennings, it was Midtown over by Fraser. It was called Northside then, to play baseball. And there were other communities that had baseball leagues. Broadmoor had a baseball league. Providence had a baseball league. There was a league at the former North Natchez, the baseball field that Tim Dennis used after that. So, and then after that, my days, they were good. I went home and got some rest and started all over again. So my summer attendance to those events was pretty much almost perfect attendance. Somewhere where children can go, kids can go and just enjoy one another and do something that you enjoy doing. Now the Boys and Girls Club just touches on the things that we did this summer. And they have a whole lot more things that are going on. So after being led to look into bringing it back, we made calls to Southwest Boys and Girls Club, because I was told that you have to partner with a club that's near to you. And in Macomb, they're located in Macomb, so I made contact with them and went by and talked with them. They gave me some information and steps to take in order to get the club going. Did you still have that information that I left copies of? Everybody has their copies. I got some more if you didn't. When I get about passed out. But Mr. Marcus Pittman, who is the chief professional officer, came down and we were at the mayor and the board of aldermen meeting, and we made a short presentation, and he's coming back with his staff on Tuesday, May the 26th. Gonna meet with them from 10 to 11, and we would love to, after that meeting, come next door and meet with some of you, some representatives, where he can also expound on this relationship that's gonna help us bring a Boys and Girls Club back here in Natchez. This Tuesday, May the 26th at 11 o'clock, after the 10 o'clock meeting with the city. So I just need to know if anybody's gonna be available, or he can sit down and kind of expound on what it's gonna take and how you make it happen. And then we'll be getting with the school board after that. But again, we're excited. We're thanking God for this opportunity to give our children something to do, a place to go, year round. I said the summer, but it'll be year round. So any questions?
Do you have any questions for Mr. West?
Mr. President, I don't have any questions, but we did have a Boys and Girls Club a while back, and I think it was awesome for this community. And I don't know if the school district gonna go to the 4 days a week. I think Across the River made a decision, they're going to 4 days a week. If this community goes to 4 days a week, then the Boys and Girls Club is gonna really be needed, because if a parent is at work and the kids are at home by themselves, they gonna need somewhere to go and something to do. So I can't wait to get the Boys and Girls Club back here. Thank you, Mr. President.
Anyone else have anything for Mr. West?
No, I just want to say, I'm excited that this may be coming back, and we're trying to get. Sorry. I just wanted to say, I'm glad that this is coming back. You know, when the Boys and Girls Club was here, it did give the kids a lot of things to do. And for one, I know how it is with kids out there not doing anything. They give them a chance to get in trouble, and that's how crime happens and everything. And then you give them something like that, it helps them to keep their mind focused on doing something that's constructive. So I'm glad that this is, coming back, and anything that I can do or this board can do, we can really help do with that.
I just want to thank you for making an effort to make our community better. Appreciate what you're doing.
And for the same thing, just like the other previous fellow, bringing our community together, and then starting at our youth, we gotta start to catch them somewhere. So I appreciate all the effort that you inputting, and everybody who's working along with you.
Do you all have emails? Thanks to Mr. Hatch, he sent me an email of the recording of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen meeting, and I'll forward it to you guys, where you can hear Mr. Pittman and myself making our presentation. And I look forward to finding out if we will be able to come here at 11 o'clock on the 26th.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. 26th of this month.
Next on the agenda is Mr. Dante Ware, Adams County Airport. Mr. Ware is one of our appointed commissioners at the airport. If I'm not mistaken, you have a new role?
Yes. Good morning. I'm the chairman now of the Airport Commission, and I'm here to request a budget increase of $125,000 for striping of the runways. And answer any questions that you all may have. We have an inspection coming up on the 28th, and it's a possibility that we could get fined or even close the runway down if we don't have this project complete.
Mr. Slater, would you like to touch on that?
I can get into more detail if you wanted to. We'd probably go into executive session, but this is something that we needed to go ahead and get accomplished to get this runway finished up. And we hope to get that money back for doing it. It won't be within the grant proceeds, but anyway, we feel like it should. So I'm not sure exactly where to pull the money other than your ARPA funds might be where you could go from it. And when we get that money back, replace it would be my suggestion to the board. We are allowed to appropriate money to our airport. My budget amendment sheet should have been received, and I think Richard said he sent it over to Stephanie. She's not her head. So.
You heard the request of Mr. Ware from the Airport Commission. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Supervisor Gray, second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it. Motion passes unanimously.
So we just approved the budget increase. There'll probably be a docketed claim for the payment. So, within the next meeting, when we should be getting a check then, but he'll need to send an invoice over or something.
Send the invoice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is Fred Parker.
Is he out there, right? See,
He's in the county, she can call and check.
All right. City government business, if any. City government business, if any. Departmental, like. City government,
Mr. President, where are we? This is March, and next month gonna be April. Before you know it, it's gonna be hot. So are we doing anything about the swimming pool? 'Cause it seems like to me it's just sitting over there.
Yeah, I think we just need to go back and, I think we temporarily suspended the commission, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll need to either appoint a new commission or figure out how the management's gonna go on that. So that,
We don't need to wait till the last minute.
well, that's, do y'all wanna
I think we did.
make a
say we was gonna-
decision as to, or talk about what y'all wanna do? And we can,
We did say we was gonna go back and try to appoint commissioners back to the board.
do y'all have,
Let me ask a question.
I'm not trying to,
In the
but
process of appointing commissioners, how are we gonna do that? Are we gonna put an ad in the newspaper, we looking for commissioners for the pool, or we just gonna, how we gonna do it?
it's up to the board how you want to do it. You certainly can advertise for it. I think the city has done that in the past.
Because the reason I'm saying that, we got to get the right information out there. If you're gonna be a commissioner and it's just gonna be only with the pool, then they need to know they just gonna be only dealing with the pool. And they're not gonna be dealing with overall reparations. They might make a difference of whether they wanna, be on the commission or not. Cause if you don't know nothing about pool and you know about golf and all tennis and all that, so you need to make a decision how we wanna do that.
Is that what the board wants?
Is that a motion to
So
make an
moved.
advertisement?
So moved.
Motion by Supervisor Gray, second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it. Is that all you have? That's it?
So what I'll do is just, I'll go ahead and tell the city what our preference is. We're advertising, we're gonna appoint new commissioners. And if they wanna have a meeting or whatever, they need to go ahead and do it. If not, that's what both sides need to do. Is that okay with you all?
Yep. All right, we'll back up. Mr. Parker came in. Is this open session or executive session?
No, open. I just needed a signature. Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me, I had to go to payroll. But I just need a signature to get the final contract done on the reinsurance. President Wilson signed the documents accepting the quote, et cetera. And so what I have here is just for, pardon me, I ran here. And I spoke with Scott, he said, Vice President, that you could sign in lieu of President Wilson. But while I'm up here, there's one small, tiny issue I'd like to mention. You know, one concern I've had over these few years that I've been fortunate enough to be your agent is the lack of the employees and their dependents, particularly employees not going for their wellness benefit. And I'm just throwing this up in the air. I've talked to some people that work for some other counties, cities, etc. And a lot of them tell the employees, if you go get your wellness benefit and you bring back the documentation to your department head, you get a hat. We don't charge you against your sick pay or vacation pay to go get your wellness benefit. Because, you know, a lot of the guys say that work for Robbie, etc., taking a half day of their sick time or vacation time, it's hard for them to do. And if the board would think about possibly in the future putting that in the handbook or making it known that, hey, if you go get your wellness benefit, and prove it to us, we'll give you that time and not charge it against you. But in my efforts to try to encourage employees to do that, I thought I'd mention that.
Supervisor Gray.
Mr. Attorney,
Yeah, I'd have to look to see if that was
sorry.
includes made a donation or not, but it may be a way around it.
Well, if I mean, we got a lot of employees, just gotta make sure everybody ain't scheduling at the same time. And they're longer than they're supposed to be, but with being self-insured, it's very important that we have healthy employees. And I agree 100% with you. If we could find a way to get our employees to go get their wellness checkup, then I don't think nobody on this board gonna have a problem with it, because it's gonna be a win-win for everybody. You need healthy employees, and Mr. Fred, you might need to get with that other Fred, man. You know, you kinda out of breath running out of time.
That's what we call age-related byproduct. Okay, thank you.
I guess I need a motion to sign this document.
So moved.
Motion by Supervisor Gray, second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
Give me 60 seconds, I'll get it to you.
Don't run.
Thank you.
All right, departmental reports.
Good morning.
Morning.
I've got two different grant projects here to discuss. These are both projects Lynette Smith, my co-worker, has discussed with the board. She couldn't be here this morning. So the first one is a USDA grant. This is for showers at the safe room. Yeah, sorry. So what I need is permission. I got a resolution here, permission to apply for a USDA Community Facilities Grant, to hold a public hearing, and a match resolution. And it's my understanding the match, we hope, will come from MEMA. So the match is $28,237.50. The USDA portion will be $34,512.50.
You heard the request.
So moved.
Motion by Supervisor Gray, second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
All right, the second one is for the Land and Water Conservation Fund. The last board meeting, Lynette discussed with y'all, there's the bathroom at Liberty Ballpark that would qualify for the Land and Water Conservation Fund. So y'all did approve a filing. What she didn't have at the time, because it came up at that meeting, was an actual resolution. So I don't know if you want to pass this resolution today, or if this technically passed last meeting, however you want to do it. So I got the actual resolution for the filing of that application, and then she is going to get the estimate. She discussed. You're going to say something, Liz. The next board meeting, we'll have a match resolution ready for you once we get an estimate for that project. It's a 50-50 match, just FYI. And then also permission to hold a public hearing for this grant.
And that's what the restroom, you said?
That's right.
Need a motion?
Yes, what's it?
All right, we need a motion for a resolution.
So move.
Motion by Supervisor Gray, second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
All got it. Thank y'all.
Before you leave,
Yep.
I don't know, I think I talked to Lynette about this, the, Safe Street and Road, grant program opportunity. She's not here, I'm just bringing it up,
Okay, all right, that down.
because it's coming up. I think the deadline is April 4th.
Safe Street and what was it?
Roads
Okay.
for all grant program.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yep, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Oh, folks, y'all can go. Let's speak, y'all.
I'm here answering your question.
Scott, have we, got the resolution they need where we can get on with our,
I said the changes or whatever. Is that good to go?
What I was,
Let's discuss. You want me to bring it up?
Yeah.
Okay. I spoke with, Mr. Peterson this morning, and the charge, that they'll be doing per house, I think we talked about that too, Ricky. Is they gonna charge us $150 per house, so we need to determine where that funding is gonna come from, or do we need to add more funding to their, Congress for the pay, for that $150?
$150 per house.
Yeah,
I think you
10
can just leave it like it is.
just leave it like it
It can
is,
come out
or
of,
whatever.
yeah, it can come out of that.
And
Yeah.
plus inspection. I think we got a email from Lynette saying that we're gonna have to determine where the inspection gonna come from, because the person, you got something that you know?
Since the email, I went over there and talked to him, and, he said he was gonna get with Lynette, and I think he was gonna change his mind, and, he's gonna do that.
Okay, great.
Next page.
That's all.
Is that it?
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Good morning. My name is Jackie Martin. I'm the comptroller for Adams County. I'm here on behalf of Denise Price Purchasing. She had a prior election this morning. The first thing I would like to put across the minutes is the credit card for February.
You heard the request. Motion by Supervisor Gaines, can you say?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Gray, any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
Maintenance is looking to purchase a grooming mower. The one he purchased in 2020, but he's needing another one. We do have two quotes. One is from Cook Lawn and Tractor in the amount of $7,650, and the other one is from Farm Build Equipment Incorporated in the amount of $8,309.
These tires on
That's
the front.
the time.
Johnny Tractor. Get it going back, put it all apart, and run the ball field.
Yeah,
You heard the request.
So,
second.
Motion by Supervisor Hutchins, second by Supervisor Gaines.
What is it for?
That's a grooming roller for the tractor where he cuts all the parts.
You need another one?
No, replacing cutter,
Oh, cut it.
not the tractor.
Okay.
Any discussion?
Is it in the budget?
He does
Okay.
have a maintenance.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
The unit at the SOG building has a hole in the coil on the outside, and the Freon is Freon 22, which it will cost more. It's costing more to purchase Freon to constantly keep filling it versus getting it replaced. We have two quotes, one from Thorpe Sheet Metal in the amount of $7,200, and we have another quote from National Heating and Cooling in the amount of $9,220.
What is SOG?
That's out there.
Sheriff Department.
Sheriff Park.
It's Metro. Al,
It's the air conditioning unit on, there's 2 air conditioning units. Half of the building doesn't have air conditioning.
You just went out to IP?
Yes, sir.
you heard the request.
So,
Motion by Supervisor Hutchins. Need a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Gray.
Is it in the budget?
Yes.
All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
Let me ask a question. Are we gonna be able to continue to utilize that building out there? With what Chandler came up in here and said,
Well, it's kind of rough.
a while back? So are we gonna continue to be able to utilize that building?
I'm not exactly sure what was discussed, but we're there till y'all kick us out.
Yeah,
I
no,
guess it's
no,
the easiest way to put
if
it.
he's gonna locate it, certainly
It's
not.
not gonna affect where they are,
No, it would affect what they are, but I mean,
Affect that.
until we,
so that's ways down the road, that's what you're saying?
well, likely, yeah. I mean,
Okay, I'm just wondering, I'm just asking.
All right, motion passed.
Maybe I need to do it.
And the last thing I have is the courthouse chiller is leaking Freon, it's also the Freon 22, which is high. We have 2 quotes for, one from Terry Services in the amount of $13,900 and one from Upchurch Services in the amount of $25,450.
and this is just for Freon?
No, that's
What?
to replace the unit to the new
Replace the unit
Freon.
too.
Yes, ma'am.
You heard the request.
I guess the request is to accept Terry for the $13,000, I make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Supervisor Hutchins, second by Supervisor Gaines. I have some discussion. Are we sure they quoted apples and apples?
My discussion is, what'd you say broke down?
Chiller.
It's
The
the
chiller.
same
So it's
thing.
not working at all?
He's constantly having to repair it and constantly repairing it, and the Freon is old. It's on the old Freon, so it's costing more to constantly repair and put that Freon into it versus getting a whole new chiller.
Same thing is going on at SOG.
Right.
It's in the budget, you say it's in the budget,
Yeah.
Like he says.
you say it's in the budget? Okay, I mean, you know, we can approach a budget season, and I just don't like spending at the end of a budget when we could do whatever, but I'm good.
All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it. Thank
Thank
you.
you. That's all I have.
Departmental reports.
One, Joe Billing with the Intervention Court, I submitted, or paperwork was submitted for, travel to Anaheim, California for Judge Drake, myself, Justice Predator, case manager for the Intervention Court, and also for Frank Dines from the Mental Health Treatment Court. All of the, expenses on this will be reimbursed by AOC.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gray, second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay, on that, there is, we do have room for 2 more potential travelers. At this time, I just don't know the names, but they would be approved through AOC as well.
Say that again?
We have room for 2 more travelers to travel to this conference. One of them hopefully will be the case manager for the mental health treatment court that has to be hired. And then the second one is possibly going to be either one of the assistant DAs. I'm not sure yet. We're still working on that part of things.
So, Mr. Attorney, how do we approve?
When's the deadline? The conference is May the 20th through the 25th.
What I'm asking is, they going to California, right? So they got to book their flights and all this stuff ahead of time, right?
Correct. The first 4 have been already booked. It's just the second 2. We're waiting to find out if we're going to have the second 2 people that are going to be traveling or they're not going to be traveling.
So you don't know if they're gonna be traveling or not?
Correct.
Okay.
Joe, real quick, you had Duchess, Judge Drake, yourself, and Fran.
Yes.
We got a motion second, we approve our vote, okay, it's already been carried. All right,
And the second thing that I have is, I gave each one of the board members earlier, the adult drug court fund. And it explains out the amount of money that's been spent versus the amount of money that's been received. And so far, everything that's been spent has been received back, except for February, which they're in the part of processing right now.
You sent it off and they're waiting on the state.
We're waiting on them to send us the February payment.
Thanks, Jeff.
And then the other grant that we have, the MSDHI fund, we're waiting on January and February's payment at this time.
thank you, Jeff.
Right?
So let me ask a question.
Sure.
So when are you gonna find out about the other two?
I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks.
Okay. Maybe be ready for the next board meeting.
I'm hoping so.
Departmental reports. Barna?
Good morning.
Morning.
I have a personnel issue I'd like to move in executive session about.
Okay. Thank you. Do you want to go back over and we'll call you?
That'll be fine.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Sam?
Good morning,
Good morning.
Sam Minor, Veteran Service Officer. I have a couple things for you guys this morning. First, the event that we had over at the Veterans Clinic, it was beautiful. We had a lot of participation. A lot of the veterans were happy. The second thing is the new system for the state for the veterans as far as inputting their claims and requests will be live tomorrow. So they have everything transferred over to the new system. We will not have to pay for that system until September. It'll be $450 yearly fee for the use of this system. The other thing I have is we will be doing the stand down at the safe room on the 15th of June. And from what I'm gathering, I got a lot of people wanting to come and support the veterans, so that should go off with no problems, and should have a lot of participation from the veterans around the local area. So you have any questions for me? Thank you.
No, sir, thank you.
All right.
Good morning.
Come on.
And that fails to be 911 dispatch. I have the numbers for calls for March the 1st up until today, which is 18th. Adams County SO had 235, Natchez PD had 625, Natchez Fire Department had 18, with 13 being in the county. Also, I want to request a travel for April the 2nd through the 4th, Flowood, Mississippi, to the Technology Summit, MECAPS. You should have a form for that.
I think I saw it in here. Let's see. This is for you?
Yes.
I don't see it. Yep.
She might still have it.
You got another copy?
Yeah.
This is,
I think the figures is wrong. They changed the mileage rate. That's the right one, correct?
Flowood, amount $688.08. You heard the request.
So moved.
Motion by Supervisor Gray, second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Also, I just wanna mention that we did go down to the building, 14th Pepper Street. Robbie and Shane and myself went down, and we took a look at the building. And we came up with the conclusion that some of the work can be done by the inmates. But the knocking the wall out, like I said, has wires in it, and we have 2 estimates. So, Robbie, you could speak on that one.
I checked with Scott, and talked to Scott about the contractors and the price, because it was a good price, and Scott, you checked and said the contractor wasn't licensed and bonded. Is that what you responded back?
I didn't check myself, but somebody checked and said, called him, and he said he wasn't licensed. So,
Okay, so I guess
you
at
gotta have a
this,
licensed contractor.
I guess at this point, I guess what I'm asking for her is,
You already have one
Can-
quote from a licensed contractor.
Correct.
You just need another.
that's what I was gonna ask, can she get another price? And then
Yes,
see, because as far as knocking the wall out, like you said, it is a complete wall, then you gotta go in and stud the ceiling up and put some duct work in the ceiling, and put the sheet rock in the ceiling with some lights, and then inmates are not gonna be able to do that, as far as in-house, but the painting and stuff like that, he was able to get that took care of. But she's gonna need to get somebody to knock that wall out and put the ceiling joists in and strip the ceiling and put the sheet rock in and do the electrical.
What was the higher, well, I hate to,
Yeah,
You don't
and,
need to call.
but I don't think it was,
It,
what'd you think of that?
it wasn't too bad, but it was higher than the lower one. The lower one was an excellent price is what the guy
Yeah.
is, but he's not licensed.
I didn't know he was licensed, Johnny got those quotes.
Yeah,
I mean,
Um,
to do it correctly, you're gonna have to get another bid.
correct.
So-
And I guess go
Right, because it's gonna be over a
Deneen
certain
and
amount,
try to
so
get
you're
another
gonna have to
price.
have those 2 bids.
Ms. Annette, can you just try to get another price before our next meeting?
Yes,
Get that.
I can.
Okay.
So can we move forward with at least starting the paint?
You gotta have
or
a-
something?
Yeah, you gotta have another bid to start, to get that contract in place. And really, purchasing should get that other bid.
That's right.
For paint and whatnot, is that something we talked to maybe
You
inmates?
said
to
you had
help
the
out
money in your budget for some paint,
Yes.
didn't you? And then he could start.
That's just a logistical issue.
Okay.
with? You know, if it's just for the paint and the inmates will help, then.
That's correct. That's what she's asking. Can she start on her painting? Can she go ahead and purchase her paint and get the inmates lined up to paint? That's what you're asking.
Yes.
They're gonna take
That's-
anything with the construction, though.
That's what I was
I know.
about, yeah.
I was gonna take some construction.
Right, right.
If it's in your budget, then she can. If not, she need to move money around and make an application to Stephanie to do it.
Stephanie.
It looks like she got a good budget amendment on it, but I was looking for you to.
All right, so you wanna make a motion pending Ms. Annette getting the county administrator?
Let's see, administrator says she needs to do, she'll have to do a budget amendment for it, just let her come back with a budget amendment.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Let me ask you something, coming back with that budget amendment, is they gonna hold that up another 2 weeks when she wants to go ahead and get started?
To the next meeting.
Okay. Is that gonna be?
I'll wait for 3 years.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have another bid anyway, which just have to come before the
Right.
board,
But
so.
I thought she wasn't gonna get started with the night process.
Good morning, board. How's everybody? We got a couple of things this morning. West should have it. Our District 7 Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan, we did have it put here in the Board of Supervisors office. We also had it put online for any residents to see. So our next step is to adopt the District 7 Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan for our records.
So it's not 9, it's 7.
It's set.
Okay.
I think he got the corrected one.
He had, he had
Is it the
9 on
same
the first
plan?
one, so.
Is it the same plan?
Yeah, District 9 is different county. They sent the wrong one.
Okay.
We're District 7. District 9 is on the coast.
What are we adopting?
District 7,
District 7 has a mitigation plan.
What is the plan?
that big line.
That big binder that is also online.
So we don't know what we have done.
Yeah, well, I put it out there like 2 or 3 weeks ago that y'all did make the resolution to get them put in the bid. So it's too big to send on email file, we can't send email.
So are there any changes, in the plan?
Yeah, we had to have changes because we did the Meg.
So what are the changes?
Meg, we added, Carthage Point Road in there, we also added some other EWPs in there, because we had to have that in the plan if we want to get money for them, so we did do that, on that. We did this about 2 or 3 years ago, worked on that.
Still, he asking what are some of the other changes, if we're gonna adopt something.
You got a lot of changes?
No, it wasn't a lot of changes, we have to add projects if we're gonna do mitigation projects, we have to add, so. The only thing we added was Carthage Point Road, because that's the only thing that floods and we do a lot of work on.
So basically you saying the only change really was.
We added Carthage Point
Okay,
Road.
that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
You heard the request,
So
Mr. Bradford. Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines. Second by Supervisor Gray. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay. Also requesting travel for myself, Darryl Smith, and Bo West, we got to attend the Rolling Fork. They're doing a 1 year commemoration for the EF4 tornado that hit them on this Friday, and they want all the first responders to attend that ceremony.
All right,
So moved.
hang on. All right, go ahead. Motion by Supervisor Gaines,
Second.
second by Supervisor Hutchins. All right, discussion. Who was that for?
Myself, Darryl Smith, and Bo West.
To where?
Sharkey County. It's a turn and burn. We're not paying, we're not staying.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. We just to leave outside the county.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay, now these are the ones that we're paying. Travel for myself to attend the Mississippi Mercy Communication and Technology Summit in Flowood, Mississippi. That's April the 2nd to the 4th. The 911 Coordinators Association will pay for my room and stuff.
All right, you heard the request, Mr. Bradford. Can I get a
So
motion?
moved.
Motion by Supervisor Gray,
Second.
second by Supervisor Gaines. You gotta speak up.
That good.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Okay.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
All right, my next one is travel for myself again to attend the National Radiological Conference in Dallas, Texas. That's April the 27th through May the 3rd, through our radiological program. We do have money in the budget for it.
This is for you.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
You write your name on here. I didn't know who was going.
It should be on already.
April the 22nd through what?
May the 3rd.
April 27th through May
Seven.
3rd.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Gray. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay. Also, you should have a travel request from Ms. Bree Cooks and Billy Haley to attend the Partners in Preparedness Summit in Biloxi, April the 30th to May the 3rd.
So moved.
I do have the paperwork.
Second.
Motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Gray. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay. Next thing I know, the board, y'all did go through the process, want to get the showers for the grant. My next clarity is, do I need to cease my avenue approach to try to find funds, or we want to just keep both of them?
Right now, we just need to keep doing what we're doing, right?
Yeah, I mean, we just gave them permission to apply and didn't lock anything in.
Okay, I just didn't want to interfere because I'm going through meeting myself. I didn't want to look like we double dipping. That's why I was saying that.
That's why y'all
Check
need
with
to be on one
Lynette.
floor, excuse me.
Check with Lynette and find out what you be double dipping.
Because radiological program is a program within MEMA. That's what I'm going after the funds for. I don't know if she just
Just
looking
check
at.
with Lynette.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because they don't do grants.
Right.
That's why I was asking where she get that from. That's what I'm asking. I don't want
Just
to.
get with her.
Yeah, I don't want to submit then. Y'all, she submits something, then bring what's going on in the county. So that's what I was asking.
Trying to get some money. That's what's going on.
Well, you can't do. They're not gonna let you double dip, man. So that's why I was trying to get some clarity.
I mean, the best thing I really came to say is get with Lynette. She gonna give you all the clarity. And we
No, what I'm saying is I'm going a different route. I'm not using the USDA.
Just check with Lynette. Y'all be on the same
And
page.
you had that time that we already been told that we looking for, you can apply for. So if it's something that's not, if y'all,
I'm telling the board now we can't do it. That's what I'm telling you. I
But
can't.
just come up and say that you can't do it.
Right, that's what I asked you, which one you
You say,
want.
well, I know, you asking us, and then you say, you can't do it, so, man, if it's something that you can't do, y'all just give it a net and apply for it one way, or let her apply for it. If you can't do it anyway, and I wouldn't want you to put your name out there, do something.
Right, that's why I'm asking the board to, because
So,
y'all
you should-
voted for me to go first. Yeah, y'all approved me to go the first route. But
Let
then,
me ask a question. So if both of y'all doing it and your funding come first, then we just won't even worry about hers. If her funding come first, then we ain't gonna worry about yours. Do that make sense?
I know it makes sense,
But just get with Lynette and y'all work it out.
but what I'm saying is, y'all got to say, you got to either do one or the other.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. I can't get with Lynette and say, okay, Lynette,
let us get with Lynette then.
submit both of them because it's double dip.
Or either give us a number, or give it to Scott so he can call and find out.
Because I'm not applying, that's what I'm saying, it's two different pots what we're asking for.
I know, but if whichever one gives you the consent first, you withdraw on the other.
Ain't neither one of them guaranteed, so if we say we gonna go with you and you don't get it, and we tell her, don't even worry about it, then we might not get nothing.
My job is to ask the board, what do y'all want to do?
We keep telling you.
What I'm saying,
Either one.
what I'm saying is,
Whichever says yes first is what we want. We're easy.
okay, any more questions?
No, I'm reading an email that we sent about fire. What are we gonna do about fire? Especially for the citizens that's within the 5-mile radius. Are all those people getting a discount on their insurance? We need to get there to find out, because at one time I was talking about Broadmoor, even before you came on, Supervisor Game, we have a fire station right there on Martin Luther King, and it's within the 5-mile radius. So I'm trying to figure out, are those individuals out there getting a discount on their fire ratings? Because if they ain't, they need to be getting a discount.
So that's a question. So as a matter of law, they don't have to, it's up to the insurance companies. So what agents will do is say, go back to the insurance company and say, well, they're within 5 miles of this fire station, which is a number 5. Can we get a number 5 rating? And the insurance company will say yes or no. And so that would be a question where you would engage your insurance agents, asking them if they're getting these discounts within that radius.
I understand that. The only thing I'm saying, I want the residents that live out there to have this information where they can ask their insurance carrier, could they get the discount? But if they don't have the information and they don't know, then they don't even know to ask them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Normally when you apply for the, your fire insurance, they'll contact our offices and see which fire station is in that 5-mile radius. Is it a volunteer or is it a paid department? So that determines when they do the rate for that individual on that. So right now, the ones in Broadmoor, even though you look at, there is a fire department that responds within the 5 miles, but it's the city's fire department. But when their address shows up, the volunteer fire department. So that's one of the things we're trying to do, make the volunteer fire department a paid full-time response fire department where they can go back and say, okay, we got a full department at Foster Mound, we can lower our insurance, but you have to have certain criteria for them to operate and put that clause in effect.
That ain't what I'm talking about.
It's, you know what I'm saying, because when they're not.
I understand what you're saying. That's something different from what I'm asking. When we get to the point where we can put, say, Beaupre, for instance, we can put one closer to Beaupre, then they could get the discount. The previous 5 chief, when I first got here, there was a problem with Broadmoor doing anything because they wasn't working with us. Now, I guess they're working with us. I'm just wanting to know, do the people that live out there understand, and you saying that the insurance company gonna do it? I ain't never know the insurance company in my life. then I don't be affiliated with it, find a way to give me a discount.
Well,
The agents do because they won't be able to sell the policy
Right.
unless they get the discount. Some of the rates are so high, they're not affordable even for, people in both rate can afford their insurance out there. On a 10 rate. That was what that email basically said.
Right, and they're gonna go by your address, even though, like I say, the city responds within that 5 miles, they're gonna go by you in the county. And they're gonna go by the county rate.
Yeah.
So-
But the information you give them is, check with your insurance agent and ask them if you're getting rated based on your distance from a city fire department or not. Make sure you're getting rated on that, not on a county owned.
So that's what I'm talking about.
That's what you're talking about. Yes.
That's exactly what I'm
That's the information you ask them. They check with their agent to make sure that they're being charged because they're within 5 miles of a city department.
Well, we had that same thing, Scott, but
Yes, sir.
what we're running into is, they're gonna look at their address.
Yes, sir.
And when they pull their address up, they're gonna show Foster Mound Volunteer Fire Department. It won't show the Natchez Fire Department. So they're gonna only go by what's in the system. They're not gonna manipulate, even though a fire truck is right next door. If you're in the county, they're gonna go by based off your county address, regardless if Natchez Fire respond or not. So,
Well, what was the purpose of saying if you live within 5 miles in the city limits, you could get the discount if they not gonna go by?
The agent said that he goes to his companies and tells them, shows them the distance and all that, and they don't legally,
right.
the insurance company doesn't have to, but they choose to, and he's able to negotiate a better
That's
price.
what I read in the email.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
And that's all you need to tell them is, they ask them if they're doing that.
thank you.
Thanks.
But Brad's department, I don't know if Daryl sent it to everybody, but he sent it back to me saying we're aware of that, and that's something we're trying to plan out for, is those distance, so that we can get our rates, keep them at a lower, 7 was what they were trying to get to.
From the rates that was quoted in this email that I'm talking about, man, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't even know how nobody can even afford to pay insurance out there.
That's a 10 versus a 7 is what Daryl's trying to keep it under with his plan.
I know Daryl's not here, and I know we did something like that way back, where the supervisors went out and tried to help them get that rating down, because I remember we got some,
Yeah, what it is making them a fire district. We did make them a fire district, but still, you're rating it based off manpower, equipment, what equipment you have at your stations, and response. So that's what we're working on now, being able to make Foster Mound a full-time combination department where you got 2 paid individuals at that station. That helps lower the fire rate.
Yeah, the only thing that we really don't have a lot of help with is water pressure. We don't have control over water pressure.
Yeah, but you can manipulate different things to try to get it, I think Mr. Baker been there, we've been working on that, Kingston, because they redid their water lines and they got certain apparatuses out there, so there are ways to manipulate, so that's what we're doing now. If the supervisor, we plan to go forward with that, then we can come out with better plans, but we at least need to say, hey, we're gonna go in that direction before we can start planning, because we even talk about putting water tanks. I know Ricky brought that up when he went up north, putting water tanks, but then we talk about in the county, people gonna shoot them. That's the thing we talk about. You put them up, they gonna target practice on them. So
Well, I mean, it's not like we're gonna put 10 of them up, it ain't gonna be about 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we get the NOLA cameras, and when we put them up, put a NOLA camera over there, and when they shoot, the NOLA camera gonna do what, Mr. Law Enforcement? 9 times out of 10, they gonna be on camera.
Well, we talking rifles, we talking 150 yards, and trust me, them guys good. They just want to hear opinions.
So you think they gonna be just out there shooting up water?
Yes, they will. They shoot stop signs, they'll shoot water towers.
Well, we need to catch them.
Yeah, okay. All right. Anything else? Appreciate it. Thanks.
Departmental reports. Mr. Upshaw?
Good morning, how y'all doing? I'm coming to request mandated training and for patrolman officers. They have training that's mandated by the state, and the state will reimburse us for their travel and their training. Evelyn Hutchins, Renard Banks. Y'all should have paperwork somewhere.
Where they supposed to be going?
They're going to Brandon.
Evelyn Hutchins,
Yeah.
Renard Banks.
Yeah.
And it's for training. It's for training.
Yes. This is mandated training by the state, and they will reimburse us for our.
You got a copy of it?
I have just a copy of the two sheets, like my rough draft scratch sheet.
Yeah, this is.
It has
this
the amount.
is just where they registered. But it's
It
not-
has the, it has the.
That's
amount.
what I need.
Okay, and, I did send copies up to train the command, so. Can I come around in front of you?
Yes, sir.
And-
That's all I need.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can give you more than that.
All right, I do have documentation here. Evelyn Hutchins.
And I can give y'all cleaner copies, as soon as I leave here.
So move.
Hold up. I'm waiting on the expression to change on the president's face. Before I make a move on this.
This is the right sheet.
One of them is for the lodging, and the other one is, for the tuition, the meals, and the travel.
All right, well,
And I have on that one sheet up there,
I have the lodging
I think it's 9 something.
for Renard Banks.
Yeah. And that was just a matter of reference, you know,
And then I have the travel for Evelyn Hutchins.
that was just so I could have the numbers if y'all ask for them, right?
Yeah, so.
But I have all those, I have separate sets for each individual.
Let me do this. Let me make a motion, pending he turn in the right paperwork. You, get your
They
paperwork.
should, yeah, they should, I sent it up.
What?
So does Elisa still have them in bookkeeping?
Yeah, somebody should, I sent it up to chain of command, and Corvette and I talked about it last Friday, just to make sure we had a number straight and all that, you know?
Yeah, they're just not in the folder, so.
Yeah.
I make a
Supervisor Gaines, make a motion, pending.
paperwork.
Second by Supervisor Gray, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Okay, I'll send the copies I have.
I think, Paige is gonna check on it.
Okay, and I'll send them to Corvette and Delisa as well.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir, thank you. Wait a second. Paige,
Did you call me?
here's some copies.
Do you got copies?
Yeah, it's not the original, but some copies.
She's gonna bring over the original.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Dollar.
Good morning, board.
Morning.
First thing I have is, spoiled dirt request. 2016 Lotus Drive, Miss Smith.
So move.
We got
I
three.
got 3 of them.
Okay.
Second was 1407 MLK, Mr. Lewis. 18 Passman, Mrs. Williams.
So move.
Motion by Supervisor Gaines. Can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Gray. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay. Possible possible illegal dump site at 4016 Plant Road. That's a picture. Mr. Gray, you had a picture, show Gaines, I guess, it's at 4016 Plant.
We talking about.
Yeah.
And while we on illegal dump sites, I was out yesterday, I did not, at least I kinda gave you part of it, but that's one thing I missed. Illegal dump site on Tate Road, the highway, 84 in, is already an illegal dump site sign there, and they have already started back dumping in that with the sign there, so y'all already cleaned it up. And I did tell you, Red Loop Road, another couch of love seat out there on the road.
I called him about that, really.
Okay.
But I didn't know about
I forgot about the illegal dump site. I was gonna get to it.
Did you have pictures? Did you have pictures?
No, 46,
No,
You need them?
right there.
I wouldn't look. I wouldn't look. Mm-hmm.
Can I get a motion, to approve these, please?
So move.
Motion by Supervisor Gray, second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
Next thing I have, we're waiting on $313,683.68 on the, linears and hangers and push and shove. Once we receive that, we will receive all the funds that we were asking for. Our calculation shows $1,772,662.39.
Say that again, Rob?
We're waiting on 313,683.68. Our totals are showing, we can check them again, but it's, 1,772,662.39.
Is how much we received.
And once we receive this 313,683.68, we will receive 1,772,662. Just wanted to update the board on that.
Do you have any idea when that money's gonna come in?
She talked to them last Thursday, so it's, it shouldn't be long. I mean, we've been waiting a while on it, on all of it, but like I said, we're getting narrowing it down, so it shouldn't be. I can try to get it, close it down.
You don't pay no interest, do it?
We need it. Next thing I have, is on, EWPs. We have them, they came in, Mr. Ford might want to talk or Paige knows about a grant number, CO 44, that will cover one site on Churchill, Brooklyn Drive, and Lofton. It's $543,681. But those sites have got worse since they've looked at them, so I'm sure it's gonna have to be a change in the amount. The other grant number is C045. It will cover two sites on Highway 84, number 1, Kingston Road, Churchill Road, Dunbar by. That'll be $1,553,912, and that'll be at 100%. Be no match on that. Is what Foreman says. We don't have to match any of that money, and I'm sure that number should change too. Scott, I talked to you and I see, Mr. Ford's here, but on Scotland Drive, I'm gonna get with Mr. Ford, just let the board know that's an EWP that's probably been out of warranty less than 2 years or so, somewhere in that range, has failed, but it's on Scotland Drive, and I'm gonna give Mr. Ford this bit of work to repair that site. Just giving the board an update on it. The lady's not here, but she asked me about guardrails on 61 South, right across from Rue. I'm waiting on Albert White to give me an answer, on that, and something else I'm working on Chance Road, some right-of-ways out there from him. I guess my other question, Mr. Ford, you might can answer the letter to Lounge Down to the homeowner. Did you get that?
Well, I said I was talking to myself.
Okay, all right, so, and then Magnolia Bluffs, Prince Edition and Liberty Road, have they made those repairs?
They made all the repairs except for Scott. We still talking about Langston.
Okay, thank you. And 211 Hammond Street. 211 Hammond Street down at the bottom, we went and met,
My survey was
okay, he called this morning after all the rain, that's the last one on my list. Yeah, okay,
he's actually in town in quarter.
okay, all right, that's all I have for anything for me.
Excuse me. Robert, I got an email and a text. You know what, on Whitcliffe, where the guy ran off of Whitcliffe, it's one of the places we washed out. I think we put a pipe in right there. Whitcliffe, I think she had a question about some guardrails, but I know it was like, we had set it up, y'all put dirt out there, cause it was washing off. I know y'all had to let it get to a point for the letter. So she said,
We put a cross pipe in there, I think cross pipe, rotted out, we changed it, put a cross pipe in and tried to build the shoulder back
yeah.
there on Wycliffe.
That was, you said, the open cover on Whitcliffe Road.
Yeah.
I understand where it was, it's just, but but it's very dangerous and it was a bad wreck. Somebody, that was Miss Margaret Hall, 24 Low Warren Bridge Road. I think the guy went off the side right there. I think, we looked at it, but anyway, I just want to add it to our list because it's still washing. I was out there yesterday, well, Saturday, one day I was out there looking. I think it's still washing, so we maybe had to build it up, and it's close to the road for guardrail, so that's something that we'll look at. And then we'll have
That's
to give
more
them-
towards State Park,
Yeah.
correct, that's where we put that pipe.
That's when we put the pipe in it.
Alright.
Okay.
Robert, who is the Southern District Commissioner?
You asked me that, and I think we found that out when we went to Colin, I can't remember his name. They brought the commissioners up when we were there.
He wasn't there.
But I know they brought his name up. Remember, he wasn't there, the northern, I think it was Northern Central was there, Northern, I think was there.
Northern Central was there,
Yeah,
but,
he wasn't there, but they brought it,
so is it any kind of way that maybe you and the president or the vice president or whoever on this board wanna go out there and talk to this guy, man? Because, we have to work together on Martin Luther King going towards Broadmoor. Once you turn off about the, what is that, Pilgrim Church, it turns into the state highway.
Correct.
We gotta have somebody that we can put a name to a face. And that was the purpose of the meeting up there with Congressman Thompson. He had everybody there that needed to be there, but this dude didn't show up. So I'm trying to figure out who is our commissioner, and we need to have a better relationship with him when it comes to getting things done, like Lansdowne and lady always want that grass cut because it grows up so high.
like I said, then the guy down south right there off that bridge, brings it up to Kevin every time we have a rain, about fixing. They tell us they're waiting on the office because it's a project to fix that,
But who's waiting
brought
on
up
it?
that,
We don't even know the guy's name.
what I say.
Well, I don't know the guy's name.
I'll find out today. I'll call the guy here and he can tell me who the guy is, the maintenance guy here. He can tell me, and I'll try to get a contact number to him.
Thank you.
And I will ask, Mr. White, and I can get out with him too, because I'm working on some right of way on, Chance Road. And he's supposed to give me a call back. I can ask him. He's out of the office.
Thank you.
All right, thank y'all.
Hang on one second. I'm sorry. Mr. West, did you want something? You waiting to leave?
I just want to make a correction. I mentioned at the meeting, which I knew was going to be next week in March, on the 26th, but I said May. So it's March.
March 26th.
Yeah, next week, next Tuesday. We're meeting with the mayor and the staff from 10 to 11. Then we want to come across the street. So it's March, so we just need to know if they can come over and meet with one or a couple of y'all and discuss that. It's March.
Sometime I have kind of seen your mama.
Yeah, the CPO called me from a call. He was listening. He said the wrong one. All right.
Mr. Ford, sorry about that.
Good morning, board. I only have updates this morning. And one of them is striping project SAP 0110 in the whole. Those final plans were submitted to state aid for their final review and approval. So we're just waiting on their approval to do the striping project for Kingston Road, Lower Woodville Road, and Arden Road. We're finalizing the documents for activation of York Road, so hope that'll be done this week. And then I will get with, I'll send a letter over to get it put on the letterhead, just packaged with the vicinity map, and also I'll need the minutes from the previous board meeting saying we want to activate the road. So once I get those, we can send over to MDOT to get that project activated. And the last thing I have is Morgantown Road. You can meet this Thursday to discuss the plan and to move forward with that project. That'll be this Thursday. Are there any questions from where? So,
What time and where?
we can meet here since it's with the supervisors. We can meet here.
Right here, and what time?
Board meeting on 9 o'clock on Thursday.
Glad it ain't Friday.
I'm here for any questions if y'all have anything for me.
We need approval for these two things, correct?
Those
For
are
him
the,
to sign them.
okay, those are the one that Mr. Robbie was talking about?
Yes.
Okay, great. I haven't seen them, I don't have a copy of them, so,
You need to look at them?
Yeah, do you want?
no, they got
It's
full
just
then
the
come to
grant.
me once it's approved. And
Okay.
start the environment.
What is it for?
So,
Cause those are
he
the
does, he's, the grant number C 044.
Well, I need to cite.
Old Highway 84, 1 and 4, Churchill, Kingston, Dunbar Road.
And
It's Lofton.
And Lofton's on, grant, Z 044. It'll be,
Churchill, Brooklyn,
Churchill,
Drive,
Brooklyn,
Lofton.
and Lofton.
I
On
guess
that part.
requesting the board president to sign the grant documents to
So move.
get the project activated.
Motion by Supervisor Gray, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Hutchins, any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, Mr. Ford.
All right, so I want you to copy those, we can start the process of, the project's design. If there's not anything else from me, I appreciate you all's time, and I'll see you out on Thursday at 9.
At 9, you say?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Departmental reports.
Good morning, board. I only have, one item. I don't know how you want to take these up.
Where do you go?
Mr. Vice
Are
President,
you doing
there's,
new hires or travel?
no, promotions.
Oh. Tracy is getting on the budget.
Yes,
Budget.
yes.
All right.
We've done some reallocation, Mr. Gray, of assignments. We've had 2 openings in, command level positions. We reallocated the duties and we've been able to promote some people and actually still have a little bit of money left over. I sent it over to Mr. Washington and Mr. Slover, this last week. And if our numbers are correct, we should still be in the green doing things.
Should be or will be?
It's my math. So it's, I'm sorry, man.
I need to check behind this.
Yeah.
So there's messaging.
I'm dead serious. That's my math, not Miss Washington's.
You took the major, made 2 part-time positions.
Yes, and then with the remaining money, made promotions.
How much was the major before that?
The 2 majors are.
Because we got 56,000,
Yes,
35 as a major for miles.
that's correct.
So if you take 56,000 divided by 2, it's $23,088.
Oh, if you'll double it. So we had 123,000 change to play with.
So this was 2 different, so we used to have 3 majors and now you have 1?
No, because we're gonna be promoting 1 to a major, so there'll be 2.
There'll be 2 majors, and you used to have 3.
Yes.
So if you take the 1 major job that you split in half,
No, I'm sorry, we had 4, because Major Cersei, that will no longer be a major's position, and Major Frank Smith is the other position that we're doing away with.
Franks was the.
Over CID.
So you went from 4 majors to 2 majors. And created 2 part-time spots.
With the money that's left over, yes. So that we would not lose those slots.
And then you had,
My guy spoke with Mr. Shane, he's gonna keep an eye on the overtime with all that, with all these changes, he did promise to keep an eye on it, right?
Yes, ma'am, and the overtime, and I'm being completely honest with the board about this, we are 9 slots short. In October, when I stood before you, we were completely full. Since December, we've lost 9 people. all of them to higher paying jobs.
And again,
We have, and I gave, Mr. Slover and Ms. Washington a list, and it shows those open, slots, and the majority of them are on patrol. I think we only have one in the jail at the moment.
So, Mr. Vice President, are these raises going to the people that they need to keep here, where? Who getting the raises?
You want name or you want me to?
I'll go all the way through. The entire department needs raises, Mr. Gray. I mean, it's, and I understand the situation, as far as what this board is in. But our deputies work a 12-hour shift. They can't even go to Subway for an hourly rate and get a Subway sandwich.
So are you giving them a raise with the additional money?
We are working on getting all of them additional raises, everybody within the department. It's not at this meeting right here, though. Right now, these duties within the command staff are being divided up and taking on additional duties, and so those people are being promoted and taking on additional duties. The baseline salary is another, something that we are still working on and gonna try to come to the board at the next budget meeting and try to get raises across the board for all of the employees.
Okay. Well, name those people that you're giving the increase to, that's having extra duties.
Okay, Miss Brittany Denard, she is office staff, she is taking on the payroll, duties, additional payroll duties along with the duties that she has, since Chief Neely has left. So we're asking that her pay rate go from $17 an hour to $19 an hour.
Which, your majors that you're dissolving, Frank Smith?
And Stanley Cersei.
Stanley Cersei, those two?
Yes, sir.
And what's that, and Stanley's getting,
Stanley is getting promoted,
what's he gonna be?
chief deputy.
Chief deputy. Okay, so he's replacing Neely?
Yes, sir.
So who's gonna run the jail?
He is. He will still run the jail.
Okay.
He will still be the jail administrator.
Okay. And you say Brittany is taking on some of the duties of Neely too?
She is taking over payroll duties. Her and Miss Jackie Posey have split the payroll duties, that Chief Neely did.
Okay. And then Stanley is taking Chief
If
Neely's.
you wanna, I can move up to Stanley Cersei. So Stanley Cersei will still be the jail administrator. He will also take on being over the admin and courthouse. And he will go from $26.94 an hour to $29.40 an hour to the rank of chief deputy.
21 to what?
$26.94 to $29.40.
Okay.
We have Mr. Lane Vestal, who is in narcotics. We would ask that he go from $17.91 an hour to $19.88 an hour. He would go from a corporal to a sergeant. We ask that Priester Byrne would go from $17.91 an hour, to $19.88 an hour. He would also go from a corporal to a sergeant. The next two are where the major spot has been dissolved, and we're gonna have two captains. We would have Lee Best go from $22.05 an hour to $23.96 an hour. He would go from lieutenant to captain. He's over the narcotics unit.
2205 to what?
$23.98.
You going from 23 what?
2205 to 2398.
And the other one would be Rustin Cabin. He would go from $22.05 to $23.98. He would also go from a lieutenant to a captain. And the last one would be Henry Frank. He would go from $23.98 to $26.94. He would go from a captain to a major over the courthouse.
So, Ms. Vice President. So let me get this straight. What you are doing is taking the money from the people that y'all not hiring yet because you can't find nobody, or the ones that's leaving, you taking that additional money and giving these people raises?
They're taking one or two major spots and making those spots part-time. So that means they cannot be full-time if this board approves this. So basically, taking what they were gonna put two people and cutting their salaries in half and using that difference to get these raises. Is that right, Sam?
That is correct, because the duties of the command staff that is left has been divided up and that everybody's taken on additional duties. That is the reason for these raises.
Okay.
The pay raises for everybody below them, that we are working on a complete pay raise for all of those employees. The other problem we had is, if we take that amount of money right there, we could not give a $2 pay raise or $1.50 pay raise to all the deputies and all of the corporals or all of the jailers. It wouldn't be fair all the way across the board. If I'm not mistaken, it was somewhere around 21 people, 19 people. It was somewhere around there. And you couldn't say all the deputies and all the corporals are going to get a $2 pay raise. It wasn't enough to do that. Same way with the jail. We couldn't give all of the jailers a $2 pay raise with what was there.
So let me ask you a question. I understand you need raises and I understand what you're trying to do, but I'm trying to understand, when we get ready to hire some more people, what's gonna happen then? Where that money gonna come from? Or you're not using that money?
He can't, if you were to approve it in the standard budget, he would not be able to make these two positions full-time. They have to stay at part-time.
We
That's
have,
what I told.
yes, sir. And so what has happened is we've had qualified people want to come, but they can't afford to come. So we have 3 part-time employees right now that are retired law enforcement or with several years experience but have side jobs. So we've never had part-time employees before. We've only had reserves or volunteers. So, and all 3 of them are down there in investigations, but they're taking a full-time slot. So by doing this, we can move 2 of those into a part-time position, free the 2 full-time slots back up to hire full-time people. Does that make sense?
I'm kind of understanding what you're saying, but
you got that. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna pass, but make sure the minutes reflect what y'all came up with. Make sure that if this goes through, that the copy of it goes in the minutes. So when it come back up again in a few months, when they get, it need to be reflected in that.
Yes, sir. And that's the chart that he gave me. I think the board could put that on the minutes and that would show.
put it where we can see it now.
Yes, sir.
Right, I'm just like Supervisor Gray. It's just when we're using this money now, and then later on down the road, you may come in and say we need some hires, and you don't use the money for the people that don't took these positions, then where are we gonna get the money from? We're not gonna have funding for that.
But we haven't tapped into any of the open position money. All of the
You
money.
have not tapped, you're only using what the majors had.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we've not allowed, when they asked about that, we've said, no, you can't do that because you'll exceed your budget once they get full. So these permanently eliminating 2 full-times, making them part-time, using that difference to get people raises.
I'm just trying to make sure they don't exceed their budget, so when the next budget come up, there's a big increase in, the salaries,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
they stay within their
And
budget.
they understand that.
So, Mr. President, James.
Yes, sir.
Y'all was creative in what you did to try to get some out of raise, but let me say this. This is March, and we not there yet, but we finna come into a budget season. So don't even worry about coming back next meeting, trying to go over the budget. just wait till the budget season get here and bring that to us then, and maybe by then we've been figured out a way to try to get the extra money, because there's no way possible that we can get that money before the budget.
Well, we understand that, and I think I know I've said that whenever I've come before you and said that we know going into next budget year is the time to approach that. And I said this ain't the time for that discussion, but we do need to figure something out. The other thing is, I work for sheriff. Sheriff is the boss. Sheriff says, I want to do A, B, and C. I've got to try to figure out how to do A, B, and C. That's where we're at right now. We're at A, B, and C here today. D, E, and F, we are still working on and trying, we've had this conversation with Ms. Washington, let her know that's one of the topics we want to discuss, getting ready for next budget. We've never been under any misconceptions or thought we were going to come to you and ask for an across-the-board pay raise, knowing the situation that the county's in right now.
Okay.
Have we approved that? Motion been made? I make a motion.
Motion by Supervisor Hutchins, can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
That's the only thing I have, but I'd be more than happy to answer any questions the board or anybody may have.
Just hope we can get some more money to figure out a way to take care of y'all, man, because
But Mr. Gray,
paying attention to everybody that's leaving and doing whatever the case may be. I'm keeping an eye on it, but
we're at the point right now, Mr. Gray, where I've got to work 2 night shifts, Wednesday and Thursday. I mean, that's where we're at right now. What we're going to do, what we have to do to get through this budget year.
Supervisor Gaines.
Yeah, well, I know you said it's gonna be high. I still need y'all to give me a quote or less. What I'd rather y'all do is brought up tag readers for garbage. I mean, garbage and littering is the number one call that I get right now. And as I ride my district, it's not one here, it's all here, some just a bit worse than others. And I do appreciate what the sheriff department do about picking up, because when I call, within a couple of weeks, because I know y'all busy, y'all do go pick it up, and I appreciate it, but I can promise before you get it up, it's back down again. I did a ride this weekend, Broadmoor, both ends, Morgantown Road, all out through there. It looks like y'all hadn't even picked it up. I mean, it's just horrible. Y'all did Stearns driving out behind Kaiser. We got a really, really problem with littering, and I don't know what we can do, so we need to look at it. I know you said it's high, but look at those tag readers so at least we can, if it's something we can't afford now, we need to look at something building in our budget to see can we combat some of this litter that's going on. And I'm pretty much sure it ain't just, I'm not the only supervisor at the table that have litter problem in the district.
We'll try to have something for you next board meeting. So.
Okay.
Is there anything else? Thank you.
Public comments. Public comments. All right, come to the table.
yes, sir. Yeah. I'm looking at these, I mentioned to Sergeant Plan about the safe streets and roads for all. I guess I'm gonna have to get with Lynette because it looked like they got an April the 4th deadline for the planning and demonstration grant. I think we could probably try to get that grant, but if we don't get that grant and if we don't apply for it, we got another deadline for another grant.
Yeah, Supervisor Gray, I wasn't sure if that's a grant to get a plan or whether you have to have a plan to get that grant. Does that make sense?
I think it's you got to be able to plan. I don't think you already need a plan, because if that's the case, you'd be with the implementation part of the grant. We just need the planning part is available. They said that up when we was up at Colin, that was available. The planning part. Now, the Safe Street and, roads is something totally different from that.
Okay.
You remember I sent you something from, Congressman Senator Hyde-Smith's office, they say we needed to get back with them
Yes,
before a certain time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's where I was not sure. I'll go back and look and see what we got.
Okay, I see on the docket where, we got something for the guy that came in, Mr. Stokes. They passed something on the docket because he called every week, and I tried to, refer him to you, but I see his name on the docket.
We got it straight. He normally got a credit, but it's not a refund. So, yes. So he should stop calling. He should be out. Well, there's nothing else we can do.
Well, let me hear over my report, because I got a short report for once. We got this audit, and are they gonna come in and go over this with us, or they just gonna give us this and we go over it ourselves, because they got a lot of findings in here that I think they need to come in, be on Zoom or do something to explain their findings.
More like give us an next audit, like they usually do.
They be happy to.
Yeah. And last, my sympathy goes out to the Watkins, the Jones, the Johnson, the Manor, the Hogan, the Clark, the Ellis, and the Gibbons family. And a good friend of mine passed away, Alderman / Supervisor Michael Mayfield in Vicksburg. I attended his funeral yesterday, and it was a shock, and it was well attended because he had served 10 years on the board of supervisor before he became alderman in the city of Vicksburg. You know, the city of Vicksburg have a mayor and 2 aldermen. They have the north side and the south side. So my sympathy goes out to his family. I thought you would.
I did not know. Jesus Christ, you don't shock me.
And I met him in about 2004 or 5 when he became alderman of the city of Vicksburg. He really nice guy. Got a deep voice. You can't miss him. How you doing? Super Alderman Ray. But it was a great turnout. And that concludes my report.
Supervisor Hutchins.
You just shocked me right there. I've been knowing Mr. Mayfield all my years too, in office, when he was a supervisor.
One more. This is about the health department. And when we was in Colin, the congressman did say that the directors of all these, the head director of the health department need to make his way down and put a name to a face at all these counties. So I need somebody to reach out to this man and where he can come down to our county, where we can put, where he can just see what we got down here. I know we had a little situation where, I know y'all aware that somebody broke into the health department. Did y'all know that? Somebody broke the glass on one of the windows and broke into the health department. I don't know what they stole, but I heard they broke into it. So to me, we gotta find a better way to make them people out there feel safe and secure that place. I heard they stole a lot of keys. So these keys is maybe to where they got all the medicine or whatever the case may be. So I guess, Ms. Washington, you can get with Johnny and y'all can handle that. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. No, I just wanted to say, my sympathy go out to Mr. Michael Mayfield too. I've been knowing him for many years too. Another thing is, I don't have much for my report, I don't have anything, but I did find this card, and for the commissioner, I did have a card for the transportation commissioner, but I have a card here for the assistant. So if you'd like to get it or get a copy of it, reach out to the assistant, find out, you know, who is the chief, then you can reach out to him. So I give you this information so you can reach out.
Okay.
So, that's right. And that's all I have.
Supervisor Gaines.
I have a short report also. I kind of covered everything I needed to, but I will bring it up again about littering and that's a major problem throughout our community, and I do want to, do what we can. A lot of people call about it, and I know the sheriffs and they call and they get on the sheriff's case and they say this and that, but it's hard for the sheriff to write a ticket if he can't catch anybody. And I know how it is with fear in the community. Most people call and fuss with you, but they ain't gonna want to tell you who littered. They don't want their name in, and they don't want to get caught in it. But as a community, we need to try to do what it takes to keep our community clean. And so I just want y'all to think about how many. I know y'all get calls also on that. And and I do appreciate that Mr. West and Mr. Marcellus coming to the table. I think we need more community events. We gotta start somewhere. There's a really good idea of bringing the community together. And once we bring the community together, a certain extent, everybody know where everybody's coming from. And I think that's a start to growth. But and the last but not least, my sympathy goes out to Oliver Reed and I was actually traveling great for my family. I lost my second cousin up in Indiana, Fort Wayne. So it's a 1,000-mile trip. We'll be going somewhere during the end of the week. And talk about Fred. It's very important to go get your healthy youth, because at 52 years old, you figure out you get stage 4 cancer when you got it. And you don't have a 30-something days pill. That's really a hard pill to lose somebody within 60 days. And simply because we probably don't go to the doctor. So I would tell you to definitely get your healthy use, and that concludes my report.
Ms. Dean.
I don't have anything.
Ms. Lewis.
I just have 2 items. I need to have the February 2024 tax redemption settlement spread across the minutes.
You heard the request.
So moved.
Motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
And we have a permit application from C-Spire for boring, and we did get approval through Mr. Ford. Just need to have that approved and spread across the minutes. It's at the Jefferson College. So.
You heard the request.
So
motion by Supervisor Gray, second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Slover.
I sent over a couple of emails about AmeriCorps just with their offering. I'm gonna call a helpline to find out how you can be an applicant. The way they refer to it as a sponsor. So that's what I'm still trying to get on there. But there's a couple of different programs, the VISTA program, and then NCC. Those 2 programs probably fall under what we're trying to look at and do. I have sent out some lawsuits on some overdue personal property taxes, and we've had some pretty positive results. One of them not only wants to get caught up on all his personal property taxes and will, but he was behind on some real properties, so we're getting them. And then we had another business also that was behind, so it ended up, basically paying for itself with that one. And I look for the other 2 to come in and get that done. We need permission to advertise for the lease purchasing of the lighting for the ball fields that we talked about. All I have to do is get 2 written quotes to get that done.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Supervisor Gray, second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
If I'm not mistaken, Paige, correct me, for the solid waste ordinance, there was an application to amend that. Is that correct? From Kevin's group?
Well,
Didn't you tell me that she made the application?
She did, but she is waiting to speak with Brandy. She hasn't filed it
Okay,
yet,
I
but
didn't know
she is
this
going
was-
to, yeah.
Say what now, Scott?
I thought that there was an application that's been filed to amend our solid waste plan, but it has not
So
been.
who, they filed it with you, Brandon?
They've not yet.
So when they file it, it's gonna be with you?
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Ms. Washington.
I have a couple items. I have a pay request, from JKS Engineers, this Jordan Kaiser and Citizens, the consulting engineers.
What is that?
A pay request.
On what project?
Yeah, it's Dave Levitt.
Say what now?
It's Dave Levitt. This is the one that came back.
They never got it.
We already approved that, the pay request.
We approved break room.
But that
We
is.
wanted,
Hey,
we were waiting for them to
Like
send.
tell me
the
about
actual
Chadwick, how
paperwork
they done that
and
work on there at that sawmill.
JKS never closed it out.
This is
Right.
grant
So
reimbursement.
this is retained, the retainage fee.
You gotta get a motion?
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Well, have we already approved that though? Okay. Second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
Mr. Specimen, he had an AT&T mobility generator, commission from, request.
Who was that?
AT&T, they wanted to do a generator and a transfer switch. Mr. Specimen wanted me to present it.
Improvement to the tower for AT&T.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a letter from Spencer. He's requesting board approval.
okay, where is it located?
It's
It's in
located.
Old Forest Trail.
Request permit for additional equipment, SBA Community Airport cell site located at 10 Old Forest Trail. Project will include placement of one 30 kilowatt diesel generator and automatic transfer switch. Placement of additional equipment will help ensure the cell site provides uninterrupted service during power outages along with parts of 62A South. Ordinance requirements have been met. There are no fees required by the ordinance for generator replacement. I request the board approve this AT&T permit application.
You heard the request.
So moved.
Motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
I just had an MDQ executed grant, paperwork.
Is this for the solid waste?
Solid waste enforcement officer grant, just the executed copy.
That's the reimbursement.
Sorry, it's yeah, it's already been approved. It's just there on the minutes.
Yeah.
I was asking permission to pay the Municipal Association and the County Administrators and Comptroller membership dues and the Association of Government County dues.
That's the comptroller dues, you say, and the county administrator dues? So, yeah.
Motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? Do you have something? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
I had an application for leave for myself. I just wanted for the week of April, the 8th through the 15th. I'm gonna be working from home, but I wasn't gonna physically be here. I just wanted your permission. I had a
You heard the request of the county administrator.
So moved.
Motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Hutchins. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
I had a request for executive session for personnel issues.
Okay. Is that it for you? All right, I have a letter here from Catherine McFate with Natchez Children's Services. My name is Catherine McFate. I'm the Executive Director of Natchez Children's Services Advocacy Center. I'm reaching out to inquire about visual awareness campaign that our agency would like to do for National Child Abuse Prevention Month. That is in the month of April. We would like to have a sign and a few colorful pinwheels to represent the children served in Adams County over the last year by our agency. The sign is a 6 foot by 3 foot banner with representation of how many children in Adams County over the last year. I'm hoping to have this display on the courthouse grounds. Our agency will be responsible for setting up the display and taking it down at the end of April. Yeah. Need a
Yeah.
motion.
So,
Motion by Supervisor Hutchins, second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? I have travel, Judge Minor, Mississippi Justice Court Judge, Spring 2024 Conference. It is, paperwork's correct and it is signed. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Gray. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it. That's it.
Mr. President, let me say this, before you leave Supervisor Gaines, let me say this.
We gotta go.
I'm just going through reference.
I was at the funeral and I happened to be on one side of me, the guy that's dealing with mental health. And he said he knew Brandy and the sheriff. And on the other side of me, it was this old lady. And I was like, well, man, where you from? She said, I'm from Vicksburg. I said, but I got relatives in Natchez. I said, who is your relatives? Gaines. I said, well, you had somebody was a hot tamale man or something like that, but she knew that individual. Let me say this about the contract with the field. And the easiest way to do that, I think, is this. Say Cathedral got 10 games, Natchez got 10 games. Figure out a fee for those 10 games, for how many ever they got, like they go play tennis at the tennis court, they pay a fee to use the court. So they're not gonna pay $400-500 every game. It's just gonna be a small fee for Natchez and Cathedral to use it. But everybody else gonna have to go by the schedule that we have out there for them to use. They're not gonna get what the people been using it all the time gonna get. And I just want y'all to think about this and allow them to keep their gate in their concession.
On that, I will say this too. I agree with you on that, but also take into consideration also, well, just like what we finished going through with the sheriff, budget season is coming along. Make sure that we have something that they can afford that they can budget for on the following year. You got what I'm saying? And just like the sheriff didn't want to raise a bunch of other people. Well, we didn't budget for them this year, and the year's already budgeted for, and it came in the middle, because at the end of the day, our main goal is to use that field. And I thought about that when we was talking about the field. The field came available after everybody had put their budgets in for so much. So we just want to make sure that we allow our schools to continue to play. And of course, that's all I was trying to say. What you think about that?
I
agree with that?
I had an idea after the meeting the other day.
I didn't go there.
And I think just an idea I had, because you got Natchez High, who may have a junior high game, might not have 20 people show up for it. They can't afford to pay the umpires off a gate fee, So my idea was to get with the architect. I don't have to get with the architect, get with Johnny. Measure that outfield fence from foul line to foul line. Say you can fit 20 3-foot by 5-foot signs. Give Natchez High 10 to sell, give Cathedral 10 to sell, and that'd be their rental fee. They're not really out any money. They sell their sponsorships, give that money to the county, and then that becomes our maintenance dollars to take care of the field.
as long as I feel like,
I mean, just food for thought.
Yeah, I can agree with that, as long as they got something that they.
But there's not gonna be
That's-
well, I'm just one person, I ain't gonna say what's not gonna happen too. I don't think there should be a pink sign, a purple sign, yellow sign, a green
no.
sign. I think it needs to be uniform.
Uniform, yeah, I agree. I
So,
agree with that.
Need a motion,
We're close to.
close determination.
So moved.
Motion by Supervisor Gray, second by Supervisor Hutchins. All in favor? All opposed?
As long as they got some kind of stimulus.